morning, everybody. Hopefully, you're doing well on this Thursday. It is April 25th. The Yankees are 17-8. How are you all doing this morning? Let me know. What's going on? Looks like we got a few people in the chat. We'll go ahead and give a shout out real quick. CT Cards, good morning to you. How you doing? Jonathan, good morning. Always in the place. What's going on? Jake Boss. What's up, Jake Boss? How you doing? Boss? Stephen B. What's up? Always here. Nosebleed Section, one of my favorite YouTube names. What's up, man? How are things? So, what's going on, everybody? Oh, Uncle Tets from the Pinstripe Chronicles podcast. What's going on, my guy? You already know, man. You're always welcome to jump on whenever you want there, sir. All right. How's everybody doing today? Let me know in the chat. Good morning, Joe. How you doing? What's up? Hopefully you're all doing well. Hopefully you're all having a good day. You're all having a good week. The Yankees won another one yesterday, 7-3. You're busy kicking rocks? My guy Ken is kicking rocks. That's right. Kick rocks. But the Yankees won 7-3 yesterday. The bats came alive. Are the bats finally waking up? Are all the bats finally waking up? Are they all going to be clicking at the same time? What do we think? They played a great game yesterday. Damian Serrano, what's going on, my guy? What's going on, bro? Hopefully you're having a good day in sunny Florida. Staying fly out there as you always do. What's up, Damian? But the bats were awesome, guys. The bats were amazing. But real quick before I get further into that, real quick, hit that like button. If you are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. Share this out with anybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. And I did put a link on there, and the QR code is on there if you want to buy me a coffee. I would greatly appreciate it. It does help support the channel. It's only to help support the channel. Again, no pressure, but any little support helps and is appreciated. So thank you for that. But yeah, Rizzo was on fire, Damien. I loved it. The thing with DJ, he's shut down. I think he's going to be shut down for another 2 weeks there, CT Cards, because he left the game, his rehab game, with some foot soreness. So I think he might have came back way too soon. I think he was rushing it. I don't know if it was him or the doctors. I don't know, but he's going to be out just a little bit longer. That foot does not look good, or at least that injury is not looking great. But I think he's out for like another 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to pull it up here. Yankees DJ LeMahieu shut down at least 1 week due to right foot. So that's what they're saying right now. Judge starting to look like Judge. He's a little bit off, but it's a great sign he's coming out of it. Yeah, he's just missing the mark. Everybody, there was a lot of fans that kept saying, is he hurt or something wrong with him? No, he's just, he just wasn't seeing the pitches, and it happens. Hopefully he's breaking out of this slump, right? Hopefully the Yankees win tonight, take 3 out of 4 against Oakland. It was the first Soto and Judge homer game. Hopefully, very first game where the first game where they home it together. So it's awesome. What's up, Dev? How you doing, Dev Finch? Hopefully you're doing well, man. Hopefully the family's good. What's up? But yeah, I'm gonna pull up yesterday's game as far as how the lineup did. And we'll talk a little bit about Clarke Schmidt, because I know there's somewhat of a concern with Clarke Schmidt, but honestly, I'm not that concerned with him. He's off to a good start. But Volpe went 2 for 5 yesterday. Okay. Juan Soto went 1 for 3. Aaron Judge went 2 for 5, but he woke up yesterday. That was his best. That was his best game thus far. So hopefully that batting average comes up higher, and it will. Giancarlo Stanton went 1 for 4. Anthony Rizzo hit another homer yesterday. He went back-to-back games where he hit a home run, 2 for 4. Gleyber Torres still struggling, unfortunately, 1 for 4. Verdugo went 0 for 1, but he he drew 2 walks. Oswaldo Cabrera struggled at the plate. He went 0 for 4. But how about my guy Austin Wells, who went 2 for 3 yesterday? That one caught my attention. So, how do you all feel about Austin Wells and his performance and how he played? Uh, you know, he. I know he's been in a bit of a slump. He wasn't playing too well, but he showed up yesterday, which is great. I love that he went 2 for 3. That was his best game so far. He got that batting average up a little bit, so hopefully it continues that way. We'll see if he plays tonight. But I'm if I had to guess, I would say that Trevino's going to pitch. Yeah. Well, it's one. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'll take a bunt if you're able to get on base. I'll take a bunt all day, every day. And yeah, I saw a comment here from Ken. He's saying that I'm telling you aren't going to see DJ until June. Yeah, probably. I mean, you might be right. You might be right. I would say May, middle of May, maybe early part of June. But we'll see. What's up, Sierra? How you doing? Forget Wells, Gleyber, Torres got a hit. Yeah, that's her guy. That's her guy. You're giving DJ All-Star break as the over-under for – okay. Happy for Wells. Hey, D-Rock, ¿qué pasa? What's up, senor? How you doing? The closet's working. The lock is working, isn't it? It was one of Wells' best games in this season. Now let's see if that – yeah, no, facts, Uncle Tats. Hopefully this turns it around for him. No concerns with Clark. He's doing exactly what you expect from a number 5, actually. Yeah, 3.55 ERA from Clark Schmidt. I'll take it. Yeah, he can't get through the batting order like the third time around, but he still struck out 6 yesterday. And to tell you how this Yankee starting rotation is doing, as a team, their ERA is just over 3. It's like at 3.04. And this is without Garrett Cole. Think about that. Imagine if Garrett Cole was in this rotation, how much better that ERA would be. So let that sink in. The starting rotation is doing good. Even if Clark Schmidt can't get through the batting order the third time around, he's still playing well, or pitching well, should I say? So he's doing well. I'm very happy with the starting rotation. Oh yeah, possible have to let him go. Yeah, exactly. He's going to struggle. You got to let him struggle. So talent is talent, but confidence drives the car. Facts, Uncle Tats. That one gets a star. Absolutely. I had a brain MRI and they found nothing. Explain a lot. Well, I'm glad that your brain is fine. So you might have a couple of screws loose, but that's okay. We all do from time to time. James, what's going on, James? Wells is not playing. Yeah. Okay, they have a lefty going on the mound today. Okay. Mayor Sierra, being lights out when he figures out the third time through the order, it's psychological. Yeah, I would agree with that. But he's off to a better start this season than where he was last season. Last season he picked it up around the second half of the season. Clark Schmidt took him under his wings and took him under his wing and helped him be a better pitcher. But I don't know what that was. But Schmidt was said. Yeah, so that's a debate right there, Ken. We don't know who is going to the bullpen when Cole returns. That's been a question. I know you're saying Schmidt. Other folks are saying it could be Luis Hill, which I could see the Yankees doing. Who do you send back to the bullpen once Garrett Cole returns? Which, if you haven't heard, Garrett Cole's throwing from 120 feet, which is encouraging news. So it sounds like he's showing some improvement, which is good. But what do you all think? Let's talk about it. Who goes back to the bullpen once Garrett Cole returns? So, oh man, I see. All right, Deb, I got you. let me get through 6. He's looking a lot better than last year. And, this Yankees team is looking a lot better than where they were last season, all right? Last season, I looked at the date on this date, last season, 2023, they were 13-11. Think about that. 13-11, right now they're 17-8. That's improvement. So still early in the season. Early in the season. They played 25 games. Used to glue to Cole to figure out how to navigate. Yeah. Schmidt he definitely needs a lot of advice from Cole as far as getting through the third time. Yeah, it is a learning curve. So he'll get there. That was a joke. There's nothing there. I think I do need an MRI. D-Rod. There's a lot of things I need. Allowing 3 or less runs and nails since 20. There you go. Yeah, there's a stat. That gets a star. Good job. Yes, Sierra. Let him know, Sierra. Let him know. You think Hill will be screwed? Okay. Sierra saying Hill is going to be the odd man out no matter which way we slice it. Yeah. Again, if I'm in a New York Yankees room, right? I that's what I think as well. Things will shake out. Whoever goes will get a lot of starts. Injuries happen. Facts. Yeah. Might if you have a tumor in his brain. I'm sorry, Dev. Hopefully things get better. Miss Anna Marie LeBeau. How you doing? How you doing on this lovely morning? What's up? Welcome. Bats are really going to wake up when the Martian gets back, for sure. If I had to guess with the Martian, with Dominguez, I think he will get back. If I had to guess, sometime in the summer, maybe September, he'll probably get some minor league starts first to get his groove back, would be my guess. But, wondering where the Yankees put him. I mean, at some point he's going to be in that lineup, right? But right now, where do you put him? But we'll see. It'll be interesting. Probably Hill, because coming off an injury keeps innings down. Yeah, but he's been looking so good in these starts. His last start, he looked fantastic. Hill is the odd guy out. Schmidt has more innings on the belt. This may sway the decision. Right. Yeah. So a lot of you are saying Hill. I'm saying the same thing. Hill's a lot to give swingman. The guy could control innings while helping us in pen. Have a second long man would benefit us. Yeah, especially with Jonathan Loaizaga out for the season. I think he might have played his last game as a Yankee. I doubt the Yankees sign him back after the season. So, which is sad because Loaizaga is a freaking beast of a pitcher, man. But injuries have plagued him. I got to agree, D-Rod. Hill, maybe. Yep. So a lot of you are saying Luis Hill. Damian is saying the same thing. It's going to be Hill to the pen. His stuff plays better. Yeah, I would agree. Out of the bullpen, I absolutely agree. Schmidt looks like he's overthinking. Yeah, I don't know. He does well, right? When he goes to the batting order twice, he does great. He pitches great, but that third time around, he just I don't want to say he looks lost, but it just is overthinking it. That's probably the right word to use. And cool. All right, Dev. Well, my best to you and your family, man. I hope things turn around for him. I'm thinking of you guys. All right. Just know that. What's up, Jordan? The outfield is about to be clogged. Spencer Jones, 400 at bats, baby, and Dominguez is coming back. Yeah, man. Yankees it's a good problem that they have, though. I'm excited. For the best, I've had tumors, but not fun. We can get through it. Yeah, you guys will get through this, man. Anybody who is going through any type of sickness, or if there's anything you're struggling with, health-wise, whether it be physically or mentally, just know my thoughts are with you. Hopefully things get better. Just try to stay strong as possible. I know it's hard. It's tough to go through stuff like that, and I can't imagine it. I can't imagine it. So my best thoughts, my best wishes to all of you that are out there, to your families, whether it's you or your family members. My thoughts are with you. So yeah, he is the only one on the innings limit. So Damian Serrano, hello, Mr. Smooth Vocals. Damian, you really need to start your own radio show. I think that's a popular opinion there, man. For real. Well, it's not just in Yankees Nation, just let for everybody, right? I know we're all Yankees fans here, but at the end of the day, people have there's folks out there to support other teams and whatnot. So we're all human at the end of the day. So, yeah, no, I got you. I got you, Dev. I got you, bud. I got you, bud. Just keep fighting. Tell your nephew, keep fighting. Tell him to stay strong. Again, I know it's tough, but just try to stay as positive as possible. But I know it's tough. I know how you feel. I know how you feel. Has become an issue, Birdie. Yeah, we've talked about the infield recently, how much of a problem that is. And Chris, the Flash, what is up, man? I've seen you pop in the last couple of days, man. Hopefully you're doing well, bro. Hopefully you're hanging in there, man. I know things are a little rough for you in your life right now, but hopefully I hope things are going really, really well for you, dude. I really do. Hopefully things are going well. All right. Let me know, Chris. Let me know. But like I was saying, I think the infield has been a problem, although it's gotten a little better. But this is where, and I know a lot of people like to crap on him, but this is where DJ's defense is missing. And, it's unfortunate that DJ's hurt. It's unfortunate that Peraza's hurt. Like, Yankees have some injury concerns. There's some injury. They have some players that are injured right now, but it is what it is. Like this team is still playing well, all things considered. The bats woke up yesterday. Hopefully it's slowly coming around. The bats, everybody's starting to click slowly but surely. The starting rotation's been fantastic. Again, their ERA is just over 3. And this is without Garrett Cole. And the bullpen's been on fire. As far as I'm concerned, I know folks like to question the bullpen, but as far as I'm concerned, the bullpen's been great. Loisac is out for the season. Nick Birdie is, on the 15-day IL, and he's, they don't have Tommy Kahnle. They don't have Efros. They don't have Trevino, but the bullpen is still doing great. And also, Clay Holmes has been on fire. So take that. So Yankees fans were asking for Josh Hader. Bye-bye. See you later. We don't need Josh Hader. But yeah, I just wanted to give my take on that. You all let me know what you think. Yeah, this is where I was saying nosebleed section that that they, this is where DJ, it would be nice to have DJ in this lineup right now. It would be nice to have DJ up right now, but unfortunately he's hurt. Our bench, yeah, granted it's not the strongest, right? You don't have a lot of strong pieces on the bench, but this is where guys like DJ's missing. Yeah, Anna Marie are still in last place. That's right. Oh man. Yeah, they're definitely getting their asses kicked down in the AL West. What's Ken saying here? Usually a pitcher will hold back at least one pitch to help navigate a lineup. The third time, Schmidt doesn't have the overpowering fastball and running all of his pitches to make to. I see. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Guys, for those of you that don't know, Ken knows baseball. He's been watching baseball for a very long time. He's also played it, so he brings a lot of knowledge. So check his comments on my videos when I drop these videos, because he drops a lot of great. He gives a lot of good feedback, and has his own mind. So I love it. Odor with Jahmai Jones. Sure. Is Odor ready? That's the big question. I love to see Odor up. Jahmai Jones, though, he's just not getting a lot of playing time. I mean, that's why he's a bench piece. So yeah, I'm okay with that. And guys, real quick before I continue, I will drop the link to the open panel. So if anybody who wants to jump on, please jump on. Let's talk. Let's discuss. Let's have fun. So I'll drop it here in the next 10 minutes or so. So anybody's free to jump on, and we can talk some Yankees baseball or just baseball in general, whatever you all want to talk about. Anything that I have talked about on this live stream so far. Please, let's have some fun. Bullpen has been fine. Yeah. So, I was for this one. Just read my old man sarcasm. Hey, you know what, Ken? I appreciate your old man sarcasm because I use sarcasm all the time, and for some folks, it's over their head. But Uncle Tats, I do agree with Caleb Ferguson. My thing with Ferguson is this: I don't think he should be put in a situation to close games. You should put him in games where it's like the 6th or 7th inning. I'm okay with doing that with him. Never like in a 10th inning or a 9th inning situation. Like I'm not okay with that. I think you put him in a 6th or 7th inning, I think he'll do better. But what was I gonna say? Aaron Boone tried that twice, right? He tried that in the Guardians series, but or the the Rays series. It didn't work out. So it's like, don't put him in those situations. 6th, 7th inning, I'm okay with. I think he'll do better there. Sarcasm gets me in trouble too, bro. Let me tell you. I think I've lost a lot of people along the way, but oh well, they're lost. They could go kick rocks. Yeah, no, for sure. I got you, Dev. I got you. Yeah. Should be the for now. I mean, he's the closer, Jonathan. Plain and simple. The guy, he is the closer. He's the closer now. He's the closer later in the season. And assuming the Yankees sign him back after this season, he's going to be the closer. So he's not going nowhere. Sarcasm. Oh, man. Yeah, we should have a group just for people that are sarcastic. Maybe I should start a channel that's like, talking about sarcasm. It just deals with sarcasm, just for us only the special group that's full of sarcasm. I'm down with that. But guys, real quick, smack that like button if you are new to this channel. Hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Share this out with anybody you know. I am on the road to 600 subscribers, slowly but surely coming up there. Holmes has 0.00 ERA. Now, I don't know either, man. Well, here's why. The thing is with Holmes is that, there's games where he'll get himself into a jam, and fans freak out. Fans start to panic, and Clay gets everybody nervous. But he gets out of those jams most of the time. I mean, there's been a few games where he'll choke a little bit, but he's not terrible. He's still a good closer. He's not a Mariano Rivera, and there will never be another Mariano Rivera. Us Yankees fans got way too spoiled with Mariano. So he has a 0.00 ERA. He's doing fine. So yeah, Uncle Tass is saying Holmes has been good this year, competent defensive. We'd have nothing to say, but yeah. What equipment are you Anna Marie? Are you talking about like my laptop, my computer? I'm doing my live stream off of a laptop, and I'm using other people's equipment as far as like live streaming and all that. So yeah, I trust Holmes too. Like you know what? I take that back. In the offseason, I was definitely a little critical of him. I was saying that I don't know if he's the closer. I like him as a pitcher. I think Clay Holmes is good, but I don't know if he's the guy for the closer role. I would have considered other pitchers, but so far he's been able to prove himself. He's shown that he can close out games, and he can be trusted, right? So I have no problems with Clay Holmes right now. Do you think Holmes will be re-signed? He might price himself out of the budget when we sign Soto. That's I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe they offer him an extension right now. Like maybe they offer him something now. I don't know, Stephen B. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, Soto is going to be top priority, but I would imagine to some degree they got to consider bringing back Holmes, assuming that he does well this season. So we'll see. It's going to be an interesting offseason. Yeah, yeah, exactly what I was talking about. He's on the verge of throwing games away, but he gets himself out of jams. But, for example, there was that one game against the Diamondbacks. They almost lost, but that wasn't on Clay Holmes. That was on the defense. I can't blame Holmes on that one. But Presley from Astros is free agent next year. He's a good closer. Yeah, he is. He could be part of that. He could be part of that conversation, but we'll see. I don't know. I agree. This year's he has gotten out of jams. Ken is saying the Astros blew $15 million a season for Hader. Exactly. The 3 bullpen arms they lost. Matan, Neris, and Stanek signed for 15. Yeah, I know that. I don't think it was worth it. They lost some closers in their some bullpen pieces to some other teams. I don't know. They should have signed those guys back, but whatever. It's the Astros. They could do whatever they want. People need to understand that this is what I was saying a little bit ago too. Spinning Mantis, what's up? People need to understand that not all closers are not Mariano Rivera. So, and 95% of closers make it interesting. Absolutely. 100%. Ferguson is more of an issue than Holmes. I mean, I'm not putting Ferguson in a closer situation. That's 100%. Presley not doing well in a new role, and Hader sucks. Karma's undefeated. Oh, man. Yeah, well. Randy Hernandez, what's up, Randy? How you doing? Holmes is good, but he's not trustworthy. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but again, so far he's got a 0.00 ERA. So he's done well this season. He hasn't even given up any runs. So he's done well so far. So hopefully it continues trending that way. How's the dog? Isn't Hader? No, Hader. I think Hader's getting like $18 million a year, if I'm not mistaken. I think because his contract, I believe, was like $95 million for 5 years, right? Because he was looking for $20 million a year, which I'm just like, that is a bit of a ridiculous contract. Yeah, I think he's getting paid like 18 or 19 million dollars a year. Brent, yeah, look, I know there's some fans that want Ian Hamilton, but he was put in situations to close out a game, and he struggled a little bit. So, just saying, I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not taking anything away from Ian Hamilton. I love Ian Hamilton. Great pitcher, but he's just one of those guys. Maybe you bring him in the 7th or 8th inning and let him pitch in those innings. Yeah, who knows what they're smoking. Stephen B might as well re-sign DJ and trade for Robert. Well, I don't know about re-signing. We could extend DJ. Remember, we could extend him. Hopefully the bats stay awake today. Judge is better when he's not locked in. Yeah. Torres is still cold. Yeah, Torres is still in his head, but a lot of the other bats, they're showing. I think they're going to turn it around. He's just lucky every time that Holmes. Nah, you're good. Hey, Real D, what's up? What's up, HO? How you doing, man? Hopefully you're doing well on this fine Thursday. But I'll tell you what. Like, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I welcome everybody's opinions, but I think Clay Holmes so far he's been able to prove himself. And even, yes, I know he puts himself in jams, but he finds a way to get out of it. And again, some of those games, it's not necessarily his fault. It's the defense. So, oh, you were at the game yesterday? So, yeah, Soto seems like a really cool guy, man. It really seems like he likes interacting with the fans. I mean, I don't know. He belongs with the Yankees, man. He belongs with the Yankees. When Holmes pitches, I chew half a bottle of Yeah, don't go dying on me, D-Rod. We need you here. Judge supposedly has a minor oblique strain per source. Dane is saying this? Okay. Where did Dane hear this? I'm just curious. I mean, I know a lot of folks were speculating injury, but on Judge. But if it's minor, I'm not too concerned. Hopefully, it doesn't turn into something worse. So be rude to the striker, but I can't put my cash up. Yeah, no, go ahead, Chris. Anybody who wants to throw money your way, feel free. For I know what you need the money for, but if you want to share that with everybody, feel free. I'm not one to really put people's business out there. I want to be respectful about that, but go ahead, man. If you want to do that. That Soto home run was fun. Dude lost his glove. Yeah, that was hilarious. That was freaking hilarious. And he has gotten the first 2 hitters out fairly easy. Then the third batter becomes to the plate. And yeah, exactly. Yeah, to my point. I mean, look, listen, if he's playing hurt, then my thing is this, he needs to sit, or the Yankees need to sit him. He needs to let the team know, like, hey, I don't feel well. I know we don't want to put Trent Grisham out there, but the thing is, we need Judge will be important to have, especially, in the second half of the season. All right. So I don't want to speak for him, but it was a coach in the farm system he speaks with. Okay. Interesting. I mean, I'm usually pretty good with this stuff there, HO, but I would love to hear it from like the Yankees front office or the Yankees team, or from like Aaron Boone. I want somebody, from there speaking about it. Right. I mean, again, I trust Dane. But there's really no reason for him to impress Soto, though. The thing is, if you're hurt, he needs to take, he needs to say something, or the team needs to say something. If he's hurt, he needs to sit a few games. And yes, I know they probably don't want to put out Trent Grisham out there for a few days. I know he's not a great hitter, granted, but there's no point of like risking injury, right? If he's already injured, there's no point in playing. It's only going to make it worse. So, and yeah, he wants to contribute to the team. He's the captain, but again, that's on Judge and that's on the team. I have not seen any reports that Judge is injured. Is that an opinion? Because that's what I'm saying. I haven't seen nothing either. So, until I hear something from the Yankees, from like Aaron Boone, right? If Judge is playing hurt, he's doing it to live up to the contract. Yeah. I mean, he's getting paid $40 million a year, which that's a lot of money. My point, he's getting paid. He's getting paid. Who does he need to impress? He doesn't need to impress anybody. And Soto doesn't need anybody to impress him. He was already impressed when he got traded to the Yankees. The thing is, he's already having fun. He doesn't need to be convinced all the time. But without Jeter, when Judge goes down, the team go, no, Anna Marie. This is a different story. 2024 is a different story. Judge has been in a slump. He's been in a slump this season so far, and other players have been stepping up. Again, they're 17-8. All right. Last season, on this date, they were 13-11. Just think about that for a minute. Yeah, I think his numbers are going to come up. I think he'll come around. So, let's not. I want to get into panic mode yet, folks. But guys, real quick, I'm going to drop the link to the open panel. Anybody could come on. You're all welcome to come on. And let's talk. Let's discuss. So there's the link to the open panel. Ken is saying here, most professional athletes deal with minor injuries constantly. If a player was to sit every time they have pain, you'd probably play more than 100 games. Yeah, you wouldn't play 100 games. Yeah, for sure. Well, listen. If Judge is hurt, I want to hear it from the Yankees manager. I want to hear it from Aaron Boone. I bet Trent Grisham goes off. The next one to step up if Judge is injured. Hopefully, Yankees have to. Well, once once he's back, I'm sure he'll get some chances. But right now, Oswaldo Cabrera is killing it at the moment. So there's the link to the open panel. Anybody who wants to come on, feel free. So it's in the chat. Everybody's welcome. All right. The only thing I ask is, be civil, be respectful. Let's keep it fun. And then hit that like button, guys. Hit that subscribe button. If you were new to this channel, I would greatly appreciate it. If you want to buy me a coffee, there's the QR code right there. There's also the link. Again, no pressure. Anything helps. Greatly appreciate it. So what do we got here? I'm sorry, Judge is not hurt, especially an oblique strain. The guy has been in the lineup every game. If it's an oblique, he would have been. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like I want to know. I want to hear from the team if he's hurt. I want to know from Aaron Boone. I want to hear it from Aaron Boone or somebody on the coaching staff, training staff, somebody from the Yankees organization. Yeah, I'd be okay with that too. Yeah, you and me both, Anna. You and me both. I really want him to get out of his slump. I hope one day he does get out of one of these games. He does. I really want him to play well. I really want him to play well. So it's not. I mean, they could sit him. Here's the thing. If for some reason Stanton goes on this awful slump like later in the season, I could see them calling up Jason Dominguez. All right, I mean Stanton hasn't been too bad actually. He's been a little better as of late. So yeah, he's gone cold, but he's still getting his hits though. He may not be hitting those home runs, but he's still showing some life. So just throwing that, just saying. But yeah, there's the link, guys. If you all want to come on and talk, let me know. I have a hard time trusting people that keep on saying trust me. Yeah, Randy, listen. If Judge is hurt, I want to hear it from the coaching staff. I want to hear it from Aaron Boone. All right, I want to hear it from their PR department. That's who I want to hear it from. I mean, we could speculate that he could be hurt. We could speculate that that Gleyber might be hurt because some fans are saying that Gleyber is probably hurt, but we don't know. But I want to hear it from the team. I want to hear it from Aaron Boone, and hopefully the team is not hiding anything, right? But I want to hear it from them. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, with Judge being hurt at this point, I would say that's just speculation. Yeah, Anna Marie, I did see that. The matching do-rags with Stroman and Verdugo. That was awesome. I love that they're getting. I love that they're have matching do-rags, just having fun on the field. It's great. Okay, Randy. I mean, yeah, a lot of folks would want that to Torres to get traded by the deadline, but what value does Gleyber Torres have? Because I'll be honest with you, I don't think he has any value. I'm gonna go ahead and just say that. I do not think Gleyber Torres has any value. And even if they were to trade him, I don't think they're gonna get anything back for him. Nothing. Arias? No. He's getting paid more than Arias. Did you know that? He's getting paid more than Arias. The Marlins don't want to pay a guy like that. What do Yankees fans think that they are getting when Dominguez returns? He is a rookie who, yeah, we're only getting a small sample size of. We only got a small sample size of Jason Dominguez. I only said that Dominguez will come back if Stanton is in this awful slump, but they should bring Clase for Torres. No, they're not going to bring Clase. They're not going to get Clase for Torres. That they're going to ask for more than just Gleyber Torres. Sorry, man. And the Yankees don't need Clase. They got Clay Holmes. So the Yankees bullpen is fine. And they have Clay Holmes. They don't need Clase. Anna Maria, like I was saying, I don't think there's really much of a market for Gleyber Torres. If there was a market, they could have traded him. You know, they almost traded him a couple of times. It just fell through, unfortunately. Holmes is a lucky bum. I beg to disagree. I beg to differ. I'm sorry. Again, your opinions are welcome, Randy, but I have to respectfully disagree with you. Yeah, Damien, there's no way you trade Gleyber for Class A, and the Guardians wouldn't do it. They would ask for way more. Torres has no value. He has a lot of potential, but never tapped. Yeah, I like Gleyber Torres. I really do. You know, I've I still root for him. I'm going to continue rooting for him, but whether or not he ends up playing well this season or doesn't end up playing well this season, we'll see what happens. But I think after this season, I don't think the Yankees sign him back. All right, but yeah, I don't know that he. Yeah, Torres does look lost. He's in his own head right now. That's the problem. And I got somebody backstage. My guy, Damien, is in the back. He's just getting himself set up. You're good to go, bro? All right, my man. I got you. What is good, my guy?
You hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
What's going on, man?
What's up? Everybody say what's up, Damien.
What's up, Chad? How y'all doing? Let me roll up my window, like get all this traffic out. You know, I'm always in the car.
You're good, bro. How you feeling this morning? What's going on, Fly Guy?
I'm good, man. I got my Yankee gear on. I'm ready, take 3 out of 4, So I had to hop on real quick to stop this Judge nonsense.
Seriously.
I got to say this. Listen, I love Dane. If Dane said it, I believe he may have said it out of speculation, not fact.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, you're not going to risk your $40 million guy because he's paying the money. That's the face of your franchise. That's the captain of your team. He is the franchise. So I'm sorry. That's nothing but speculation, especially with an oblique strain, because the guy's already been on the IL a couple years ago with an oblique strain, and he was out 2 to 3 months. So the Yankees aren't doing that. So again, respect to you, Randy, but I'm sorry, it's not an oblique strain.
Yeah.
The guy's in a slump, and he's getting out of it. You can tell the last 2 games, the swings have been way better. He's not all the way back, but he turned on that heater last night. So that's a great sign. And when Judge starts going oppo, that's when he's starting to click. So that's his game. He's always been a oppo type of dude. Never been a power hitter to where he's gonna just pull the ball every single game, every single pitch. So, just wanted to chime in on that because I'm like, I'm gonna step up for my guy Judge and the franchise when it comes to this because he's not an oblique strain. I'm sorry. He's a slump.
I absolutely agree. And like you said, much respect to Dane. I know Randy is still saying that Judge is hurt. Trust me. But I'm like, listen, if he's hurt, I want to hear it from Boone. I want to hear it from the PR department. That's who I want to hear it from. But real quick before we continue, I'm going to bring up my guy Ken up to the panel. Ken's a good dude. Like I said, I'm always giving him the love. So like, Ken, let me know if you're ready. Good to go. All righty, sir. I'll bring you up. Everybody, welcome Ken. What's going on, Ken?
Hey, how's it going?
Good,
how you
sir.
doing, Ken?
How are you? Salute.
Fair to partly cloudy, I guess. A little bit cold here in Virginia Beach.
I understand.
We have the NFL draft, and we have Yankee baseball tonight. So who can complain?
Well, I'm a Giants fan, so I got a lot to complain about. So.
Oh, same here.
Yeah, I got a lot to complain about.
Ken, you're a Chiefs fan, is that correct?
That's right.
Oh, okay. You got nothing to complain about.
Oh, you got nothing to complain about. You got my home.
No, it's just sitting and waiting until the last pick of the first round for a century to see all the great players go off the board and wonder who the hell are we going to get.
That's all right. Chiefs always do well, so they'll do all right.
Yeah. But what do you think? Some folks in the chat are saying that Judge is hurt. Like, you put in a great comment saying that 95% of the players play with some minor injuries, and I do agree with that. I think at some point these guys play with something that's always lingering, but they still tend to perform well.
If Judge is injured, which I doubt,
right,
to the point where his game is being affected, he'd pull himself. He's too good a professional to sit back on pride and let the team go down in flames around him. He's proven to be a player of character. I mean, there's a reason we've spent a grudge load of money to bring him back. And it's not just because he's a bat. He's a leader in the clubhouse. You haven't seen any scandals in the press with regard to Judge. He is pretty much the face of the Yankees and close to being the face of baseball.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, Ken, you left a hilarious comment on one of my videos about fans are quick to jump the ship because like now they're selling out Judge and now it's all about Juan Soto and he's the captain now. I'm like, whoa, step on the brakes a little bit, man.
Seriously.
It's just silly that fans are some fans are quick to write.
Not only that, NFE, but fans need to realize that you got somebody in Soto who is not here other than this past season. So when you're calling out the captain who's done what he's done for this organization, not only on the field but off the field, what message are you showing to Soto? First thing you're telling Soto is, when times are rough, y'all going to turn on me. So you guys, the fans, need to realize if you want this guy here long term, then the best way to keep him is to show that you have the captain's back, the guy who's number one on the team, who's carried this team throughout all these years. Obviously, he's had his issues in the playoffs. We all know that. But at the end of the day, let's be serious. We got to have Judge's back through the good, obviously, through the bad, and anything in between. Because if you want Soto to stay, then we have to show the character of a real Yankee fan and have the greatest ball players of our teams back. Obviously we did what we did with Stanton, which rightfully so. But we can't turn on Judge a month into the season. That just doesn't make sense.
Facts.
Absolutely.
And real quick, I want to say what up to my guy Hector from the Morning Brew Sports Network. I'll see you soon, bro. I'll see you soon. Thanks for stopping by. As always, Hector's my guy. I love that guy. Hector's the man. But no, you guys. But yeah, Damien, you bring up some excellent points. So I sometimes I don't get these fans, but it is what it is. I want to bring up.
I will tell you the thing that drives me crazy about Yankee fans is it seems like over the last 5 to 8 years, it seems like the Yankee fans pick one player that's on the team and vilifies him, be it Jacoby Ellsbury, IKF, Aaron Hicks. It just seems like some poor kid gets smacked around every year. The reason that the Yankees aren't winning the pennant is because of this kid. And it looks like this year's booby prize is going to be Gleyber Torres.
Oh, it
everyone is taking Torres like he's a redheaded stepchild. That guy has done wonders with the organization. He's been the highest batting average for 2 out of the last 3 seasons.
Yep.
Everyone is calling him out on his defense. Well, Gleyber is one of those emotional type players that wears his emotions on his sleeve. And when he is in his headspace, it affects his offensive and defensive side of the game. And when you got fans booing you or talking crap about you all the time, he's not going to be at his optimum. I mean, back in my day, a lot older, you supported your team and your players come hell or high water, no matter how good they were doing, how bad they were doing. I mean, you look at the Yankees of the 80s, how terrible they were. If you were
the Steve Bonies of the world.
Jesus. I mean, the only thing that the Yankee fans had to look for in the 80s was Don Mattingly.
Exactly.
And Don didn't make it to a postseason game until 95, the year that he retired.
Exactly.
So, that was a long stretch. They're talking about the long stretch we've had since the 90s, 2000 Yankees, and we're in the midst of that. But the same thing that's similar about our team this year and that team is there is a ton of minor league talent and young players to build the organization off of.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
In the George Steinbrenner days, we never got to that point because he was trading everybody and signing ridiculous free agents.
Yeah.
And,
He was.
the Yankees managed 6 or 7 really spectacular seasons with farm people and augmenting. And we're at the point right now where we could do the same thing and build the next dynasty for Yankee fans.
That's what I keep telling people. Like, they wanted to trade everybody out the farm. But I tell people, like, listen, the dynasty years were built on the farm. All
Mhm.
those guys, all our biggest pieces, the Posadas, the Marianos, the Jeters, the Pettits, those are all farm system players. And, if you look at the teams that have won the chip throughout the last 10, 15 years, all these teams produce and built through their farm. Obviously they brought in, free agents, so on and so forth. But primarily, a lot of these teams are built from the farm. I mean, you look at the Baltimore Orioles right now, Lord knows they went through years and years and years of losing. And the reason they're at where they're at right now is because of all that losing. Kind of I wish MLB kind of did something about that, because that's a different way to build a team. But, look where they're at right now. I mean, they have players in the minor leagues where they can't call up because they have so much talent on the big league team from the minors.
Yeah.
I mean, all these guys are, 2-3 year players. So, fans got to realize, it's not, obviously we have players that we need to trade that's in the farm that we can build on. But we have some special pieces down there that we can build and build another dynasty. So, but really quick, I got to go. I'm going to get ready for, obviously the morning brew this morning.
Yeah.
NFB, D-Rock, good seeing you, brother.
Hey,
Ken,
I'll see
great
y'all
meeting you. And,
All right,
you guys have a great day. I'll see y'all later.
Yeah, I'll see you soon, Damien. Salute, sir. We got my guy D-Rod on. What's up,
What's up,
D-Rod?
NFB? How are you? Hey,
What's
Ken,
up,
how you
bro?
doing, pal?
Hey,
And I
What's up,
see
buddy?
his I'm out of Tums. Thanks, Clay. Oh my God. But what do you got, man? What do you want to bring to the conversation? We were talking about, people are talking about Judge and Clay Holmes, and Ken, and both Ken and Damien brought up some great points, some excellent points to the discussion, man. What do you got?
Well, I mean, it's not to just, I don't want to repeat what everyone said. I'm just thinking about, because Damien just mentioned, bringing up people back. I mean, Ken will probably remember too, that back in the 70s, when the Yankees were winning in the 70s, they went from 76 to 81. They were in the World Series in those 6 years, they won the World Series 4 times and they won 2, right? And then, we like to forget in 76, they got swept by the Big Red Machine in 76. So nobody really wants to talk about that. But right after that, they came back the next year in 77 and 78, and I'm sure, Ken, I don't know, Ken, if you know this or not, but, everyone says Reggie hit 3 home runs in a row in that game 6, which he did. But when people don't realize that in game 5, in his last at bat in game 5 in Los Angeles, he hit a home run too. So he actually hit 4 home runs in a row off of 4 straight pitches. I think 2 of those were off of Charlie Huff. And, that's why he's Mr. October. He's fantastic. But, but if you look at them, to Damien's point, is that they signed, of course, they signed Reggie, they signed Catfish Hunter because free agency was brand new. So Steinbrenner went nuts and started spending money. But Craig Nettles, Willie Randolph was a great trade. Roy White, all these other people, they were part. Chris Chambliss, they were part. They came up. So it was almost a mirror image of what happened in the 90s. Going back to what Damien was saying, it's you sign some players. You trade for David Justice. You trade for this guy. You trade for Paul O'Neill. You sign Tino. You do things like that, and it all kind of gels together. So, and that's what the thing is. And again, like to say with not to say the same thing, but everyone's saying is that you gotta look at the future, because as a GM, you're not just looking at today or this year. You're looking at next month, 6 months from now. Who's gonna sign? Everyone's focused on Soto, but there's no closer. Who's playing first base? Who's doing all these things? And that's why I mentioned Presley before on the chat. It's like, hey, what's next year's team gonna look like? Great, we may sign Soto for $50 million and have him for 10, 12 years, but what else do you have? Soto's not gonna win everything. He's not the only guy here. So I don't know. It's just something to think about, because right now, I think things are fine. I guess my question would be, out of all the first place teams, which one or two, if there may be more than one, which one are paper tigers and which one are for real?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Go ahead,
The
Ken.
Indian or the Guardians are no joke. They have got a young team with a lot of arms, and their ace Bieber is out for the season, and they have a better record than us. Even though we went into their house and
we
gave
got
them
them
a little bit of a butt kicking, but they're a solid team, no doubt. One team I'll tell you not to sleep on as a National League team are the Diamondbacks. Those guys have built a massive club with assets within their own farm system, and they've doled out like the old Yankees used to do. They signed Monty, they signed Rodriguez, a couple of real good arms for them. They had a solid core for their relief side, and they are a ton of money under the cap. So if they actually needed to reach out and spend some cash, they have it available. Whereas right now for us, for every dollar we spend, we're actually spending 3.
Yeah. I mean, they have a good pitching staff. When Erod comes back, I think Gallon or one of the 2 guys there is a little. He's a little banged up. And then you have Monty. So you have 4 guys. You have Erod, Monty, and the 2 guys that they already have. That's a heck of a starting rotation right there.
Yeah, and I was going to mention real quick. Sorry, Ken, I'll let you continue. I was going to mention real quick. Ken mentioned the Guardians. I agree with him on that. The Diamondbacks, absolutely. I think, obviously the Braves are another team you have to worry about. Even though this team isn't in first place, but they could be a threat in the AL Central, and I've been talking about it. I'm pretty sure Ken mentioned it too, but the Kansas City Royals, because they made some acquisitions this offseason.
Yeah, they went all in.
They signed a ton of pitching, a ton of real good pitching.
Mm-hmm.
They put a beat down on the Orioles like no tomorrow, which really surprised the hell out of me. And we got to face them later this year, and it's not going to be a cakewalk that everybody thinks.
Oh, against the Royals? No way. Nah, it's gonna be a fun series. It's gonna be a very interesting series. The Yankees are gonna play the Orioles actually right after Milwaukee, because they're gonna play Milwaukee this upcoming weekend. Right after Milwaukee, they travel to Baltimore, and the Baltimore series, no doubt, it's going to be tough. It's going to be the AL East is going to be a race between Baltimore and the Yankees. But and even though I think the other AL East teams are going to try and do what they can, because we already know what the AL East is capable of, so anything is possible. But I think, go ahead.
Right now, the AL East doesn't have a team under 500.
Nope.
They want to talk about the class of baseball and the big boy league. AL East is it.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah. So, like I said, the AL East is tough. Every team you play in the AL East, you think that there's some team in the AL East is going to be easy or whatever, but it's not going to be. Like it never is. It always feels like a playoff game. But I want to ask you guys this. The bats looked great yesterday. They won 7-3. Are we finally seeing the bats come around?
We're seeing Judge come around. Judge is coming around, right? Finally.
Finally.
There was a thing. I was watching the MLB Network, and one of the guys, I think it was Casey, last year. Sean Casey was there, another guy, and they were breaking down Judge's swing, and they were showing how he was off, like his hands were off in different positions compared to when he hit his 62 and 22 when he hit 62. Mm-hmm. So he said everything was off. He wasn't going the other way. He was, his body language after his follow through was pulling the ball, going towards left field, towards third base, and not following through to right field like he usually does. And I think yesterday we started seeing that. I don't know if you saw the video or not, but I doubt it. But I'm just saying, like, it's just a coincidence that was 2 days ago. I think I saw that. And you notice there's a difference. I think, is he hurt? Is he not hurt? Probably, he's got his money. He's not impressing anybody. Damian's point is good. Like, hey, why you're booing the captain of the team that has carried the team for 5-6 years? That's done well, that was underpaid for his value for these 5 or 6 years. You look at most of his injuries, they were, a few of them were hit by pitch. He ran into a wall. I think he was sliding into third base, from I think going from first to third. I think that was in Texas, I think. Yeah. And so, it's not like, he was, he punched a wall or something and broke his hand. It's not nothing silly, or it's not like Stanton where, if you look at Stanton and then nothing happens, he can just stand there and he'll get hurt. So he's fine. I mean, the one thing right now that bothers me about the team, the construction, is that, and it's not Cashman's fault, it's just injuries, I mentioned before, the infield depth. There's no backup first baseman. There's no who's playing third, right? Cabrera could play first base, but then who plays third? Because that's Birdie's spot. You can do that when Birdie comes back. Then Cabrera can spell Rizzo. It's that Birdie could play third, and then second and short. I mean, Volpe's going to play every day because he's 22 years old. I mean, God bless him. But that's my issue right now, is that lack of depth. Is because if Rizzo's going to play every day, he's got a bad back, and eventually that's going to catch up to him. So then when Rizzo's out, let's say, for example, Rizzo gets hurt. Who's playing first base right now?
I mean, you probably you might have to slide you might have to slide Cabrera over there,
Yeah. There's no first baseman. Yeah,
there's no first baseman. Maybe, I mean, this is kind of, I think this is far-fetched, but I'm just kind of reaching out, but it could be, you could put Austin Wells there, but it's been a while since, I'm just throwing out different names.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, they don't have a lot of. I mean, maybe they call up T.J. Rumfield, who's been playing well in the minors. But first base, yeah, they are lacking a little bit over there. So, I mean, unfortunately, DJ's still hurt. We don't know when he's coming back. I know Ken is speculating June. If he had to guess, I would say around May or June. Yeah. We'll see what happens, man. I don't know. It's just let's hope this current team could stay healthy until these guys come back. It's not I don't know. And the Yankees bench right now, it's not looking the greatest, but it's better than what they had last year. I'll say that.
Well, I can't understand the construction of the Yankee bench right now. I mean, we've got one of our two backup outfielders is a guy who got DFA'd, and
Trammell, yeah.
I mean, I didn't think he's got a lifetime batting average in the majors of 165. You're telling me there's not a single freaking play outfielder in our system that's on the 40-man roster that we couldn't have brought up other than this guy? Jumai Jones. What the hell is his purpose on the team? That dude, I've seen him pinch run and relieve Torres for a game where he struck out 3 times and did absolutely nothing. I understand that Birdie's hurt. And I will tell you hit on one of my points that I've been arguing about. Everyone's talking about dump Rizzo. We hold Rizzo's option for this year. If you look at the Yankee farm system, our top 30 players, we don't have a first baseman in there at all.
Right.
So you dump Rizzo. Who the hell is the first baseman? You going to put DJ there? Well, I'll tell you, DJ is a great fielder.
Mm-hmm.
He is past his prime. He is no longer a starter. That guy needs to be used 3 to 4 times a week to spell other infielders. Rizzo, Torres. LeMahieu can actually play shortstop also. So he plays all 4 infield positions. But as far as him being out there every day, not a chance. I mean, he fouled a ball off of his foot and broke it. He's got a non-displaced fracture in his foot. He went out and started his first rehab game Tuesday and got pulled in the first inning. So that should tell you, and he's got swelling around the foot. So that's got to tell you that that's not a good thing for him. Normally a fracture takes 6 weeks to heal. Well, he's past 6 weeks, and this damn thing ain't healing. There may be a surgical option that's necessary. But who plays first? If you look at our 20 man or 26 man roster, There's not another first baseman on there.
There's nobody. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I see the chat. There's a few people saying Ben Rice and Jones. And the thing is that, right or wrong, that's all we have. So if that's what it's going to be, unless we get someone from the scrap heap somewhere, off of waivers or something like that. But then how good is that player? To Ken's point, when you're getting guys that are DFA'd that are batting 165, how's that going to work out for you? It's not going to do well. So,
yeah. And, I don't have the answer as to why the Yankees did what they did as far as signing Trammell off of waivers. I wish I was in that room in those discussions
right.
to figure out why that is. But,
and you had two guys. Look, there were two veteran guys, Adam Duvall and Tommy Pham, that signed for peanuts. And
right.
even with the tax, they signed for $2 or $3 or $4 million. Even with the tax, it's 5 or 6. And Adam Duvall last year had a really good year with Boston, and he's a good fourth outfielder. And if there's not and then you could sign him until Dominguez comes back, or maybe Jones plays well and he comes up, and then you could trade him. You could trade him for something and get anything out of him, and just get the money off the books, whatever, in May, June, July, whatever it is, and get rid of him. But at least you have him here right now for something, or sign a backup first baseman or another utility infielder. Because they got Birdie right at the last minute. They got him a few days before the season started, so it wasn't like he was already there. It just popped up. So it's the lack of depth here is really it's head scratching. What do you think, Ken?
Is Ben Rice on the 40-man roster? I don't think he's on the 40-man roster, so he's not even an option unless you're going to DFA somebody off of our actual roster. And I looked up. I started thinking about Spencer Jones a couple of days ago, and I looked up where he's been playing down in the minor. He hasn't played first base yet, so I don't think that the Yankees are looking at him even as a first base option.
Got it.
And Ken, to answer your question real quick, he's not on the 40-man roster.
Okay, so you would have to dump somebody to put this guy on there. I mean, are you going to dump the 165 hitter that you just picked up and put on your 40-man roster?
Yeah.
I don't know. But there's, in my mind's eye, there's not an available option at first base. And everyone's talking that Rizzo is washed up and he needs a break. He looks exhausted. Well, who the hell's going to relieve him? Yeah. Other than DJ, who's not coming back for a while.
And that's what I was saying, is that, some of these guys might need some rest, but right now they don't have anybody to back these guys up at the moment. And it's unfortunate. I know our bench isn't great. The bench isn't great. It's better than what it was last year, because what the Yankees had last year was a total disaster. I mean, this year it's not great, but last year was worse in my opinion. But
it's injuries. I mean, you got 3 injuries. You got Peraza, DJ. There's 3 injuries to 3, because if 2 of those guys were on the roster, were not hurt, then we're okay. But so you can't blame. I mean, Cashman got the guys. They're just not playing. It's not on Cashman. Right?
Unfortunately, injuries happen. It happens. There's nothing you could do about it. It happens every year. It seems like this year it's worse, and especially for some other teams, especially when it comes to the pitching, right? But as far as the Yankees injuries go, they have injuries, but there's other teams that are in worse position. I mean, but with all the injuries that are occurring right now, even with these guys not having the greatest bench, even with missing some key guys, they're still in first place. They're still 17-8. Last year on this date, they were 13-11. So let's think about that for a minute.
Yeah. Well, the only reason why I'm saying this is that this may be the start of something, because, again, after a while, Rizzo's 34 and his backup is 36. So that's a problem.
It is a problem. It is a problem. But,
but right now it looks good, but it may, we're up June 1st. People, you're playing 45, 50 games. Then the little aches and pains, you hit a ball off your foot, like Torres, this happens, that happens. You get hit by a pitch, whatever happens, just playing the game, you're going to get hurt here and there. And, I think we'll see the good start may start to fade. And I think that the lack of depth may be the start of that. Yeah.
So maybe they do something at the deadline. We'll see. I'm
Right.
just, again, it's all speculation. But it looks like the Yankees put out a report just now saying that yesterday the Yankees returned infielder DJ LeMahieu from his rehab assignment.
Return him where?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Did he return back?
I just read on The Athletic. I'm sorry to interrupt. I was reading this morning on The Athletic that they interviewed Cashman, and DJ was supposed to start the rehab on this past Friday. They
Right.
pushed it. The doctors pushed it to Tuesday just to give him some extra rest. And then he played one inning, and he came out in the first inning because his foot was sore. So then they're pushing it back. I think that's what your report is alluding to. I think is that he may be, and that's why I think Ken may not be that far off when June 1st may be a realistic date for DJ, because we don't know right now. We don't know how long it's going to take for him to feel good so he can walk, let alone not just play well, but just play right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the issue. We don't know when he's going to start playing, so everything's up in the air. So, and usually when that happens, it's usually a date later than we all want it to be.
Oh, no, when it comes to injuries, when they say this player will return at this month or on this date, I add to that because, go ahead, Ken.
The Yankee organization as a whole are liars when it comes to injuries. They do not come close to telling the truth. They will give you some inflated, oh, it's just this. And then it comes out, oh, the guy's UCL was completely ripped off, so we're going to lose him for the season. 6 weeks after the fact. When they're talking about DJ, that's the thing that scared me about Cole, is he doesn't need surgery. We'll have him back in 2 months. I'm sitting there thinking, are we actually going to have him back in 2 months, or are we going to see him in August? But, so long as our staff is holding true, I think we're all right with or without him. I was looking at the rotation, trying to figure out who we would use in a playoff scenario. You're talking best of 5. You'd be running 3 pitchers. What 3 pitchers do we march out onto the mound to start that? Stroman obviously would be one. Rodon another. Clark Schmidt, would he be one? I don't think so. Hill, possibly. I mean, he's got electric stuff. If he's in the strike zone.
Yeah.
Right.
Nasty Nestor, veteran. Hard to say. Who would be the third?
Yeah, that's a good question. You hit the nail on the head with Stroman, most definitely. Rodon is the next guy. I would love to put Nestor in there. I would love to, but I don't trust him in that situation. I really don't. I hate saying that, but I mean, Hill would probably be your closest bet. If I had to pick the third guy, it would probably be Luis Hill. He's got electric stuff, like you said, Ken. He just needs to control those pitches better. But he looked like, that last outing that he had on Sunday against Tampa, he looked fantastic. So, he's giving me some hope. Hill is giving me some hope. So
Yankee fans seem to like power strikeout pitchers. And Hill is definitely a power pitcher.
Yeah.
He racks up a lot of strikeouts, like a younger Severino did when everyone was enamored with him. And the injury bug took him pretty much out of being an effective major league pitcher.
Well, can I tell you? I mean, do you remember Severino's first playoff start? He didn't do very well. I think he lasted 1 inning, and I think it was Minnesota, maybe. I think that's when Didi hit the home run to go ahead, and something like that. And so that's why with Gil, because he's an emotional player, and emotions can work with you and it can go against you. Mm-hmm. So, I think Cortes would probably be, just because there's no one else. I think Cortes is, I don't think he lets the moment get to him. I think he's more even keeled. He's kind of got the personality where it's like, it's, let me just throw the ball and let's see what happens. I think he'd probably be the number 3 guy. I mean, he started. He was the opening day starter. I mean, it could have been Rodon. Why couldn't Rodon be the opening day starter? So, but they chose Cortes. So I think there's some faith in him. And so far he's done well. So you can't really say overall he's done pretty well. And let's see how the season comes along. But to answer your question, I'd say probably Cortes. I wouldn't be so surprised if Cortes was higher up on the ladder. It all depends. And honestly, it all depends on the rotation, the schedule, who's hurt, who's banged up, who's not. And you have no idea between now and October, what that's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, you look at a prototypical lineup, you'd have Cole as your number 1 without a doubt, whether he's banged up or not. I don't care. Rodon is a big money power pitcher. He'd be your number 2.
Yeah.
You need to offset it with somebody who is not a power pitcher, because once you face a team 5 times in a week, they're going to be wise to your velocity. You're going to need a pitcher that it's crafty. So Stroman is that guy.
Yeah.
If you look at the Dodgers historically, they are a team that is built to run rampant during the regular season. But when you put them in a 5-game set, they are screwed. They've never had a pitching staff that's competitive.
Yeah.
When Kershaw is their best guy postseason wise, and he has like a 9 ERA, he gets the crap kicked out of him in the postseason.
He does.
So that's what you want to avoid when you're building this Yankee team, is you got to build a team that can last through the regular season, but is definitely competitive in the postseason.
Oh, hey, and I remember that on Tuesday you mentioned that MMA joke I was going to tell you. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, please share your MMA joke.
It just popped in my head. I don't know what it is. It's an interesting one. It's not dirty, but it's not clean either. It's sort of somewhere in between. But I think you'd like it.
Just so you're aware, if you haven't.
Right, I know, I'm kidding. Right, we talked about. I know it's CT. We talked about a sarcasm club. So we got something going here. This is not my joke. This is a joke I heard a long time ago. So MMA reminds me of 2 gay guys having sex, and then one guy realizes he's not gay anymore.
Oh man! All right, this chat has officially gone off.
I know, it's 11 o'clock here, right? So that's late enough.
But I'm gonna slowly close it out here, gentlemen. Appreciate you guys coming on. Any final thoughts? How are you guys feeling about tonight's game? How do you feel going into this Milwaukee series? And people in the chat, drop your comments. How do you feel about tonight's game against Oakland? Do they take 3 out of 4? And how do you feel about this series against Milwaukee? They're going to travel Milwaukee after this.
Well, I think that we win tonight. We're not facing their top pitchers. And when we broke out yesterday, we faced a pitcher who had an ERA of 7 and beat him to death. The Milwaukee series, the only pitcher that I'm actually worried about is Peralta. That guy has thrown well this year, and it seems like against number 1 pitchers, we haven't done too well. Three out of our 4 shutouts have come against the number 1.
True.
So hence, hopefully we take 2 out of 3 in Milwaukee. But, we will see if our bats stay active. The bats are going to be the key, because I don't think the pitching is going to be a problem.
Yeah, the pitching has been on point. It's like I said earlier in the show, the starting rotation, their ERA is just over 3, like barely over 3. And this is without Garrett Cole. So can you imagine if Garrett Cole was in this rotation? Yeah. Right? So the starting rotation is holding their own.
All right, fellas, I need to run. I've got to go pick my 3-year-old grandson up from day school.
All
and,
right.
He'll be pissed if I'm not on time. So,
all right. Yeah, don't want to piss off the little man. So
thanks for having me on. It was a good show, and I appreciate y'all
Well,
Yeah.
welcoming me.
Oh wait, Ken, you're
Ken,
always
I'll
welcome
see.
to come on the open
Ken
channel.
and I are on. We stream on the other channel. There's another channel that we stream on, and I see him there
Yeah.
often. So
Yeah.
I'll see him tonight probably. Oh no, tonight he's not. They're not doing it tonight.
Actually,
I might.
actually, it's a draft night.
That's right. He's
So-
not doing it tonight. That's right. That's right, sir. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I
All right.
might go live after the Yankees game. I don't know yet. We'll
Yeah.
see just how times play out, but I might. So keep on the lookout. But Ken, sir, thank you for coming on,
Take
man.
care. Thank you.
Your knowledge of the game and the sport and this team is greatly appreciated, and much respect to you, sir. Salute to you. You're always welcome to come on.
It's old man vantage point is what it is.
Salute, sir.
Thank you.
Take care.
Yes, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
All right, thank you. D-Rod, your final thoughts?
Well, their CT. That's my sarcasm, buddy. He's well, Milwaukee's sort of similar to the Yankees in a sense that they traded. They got a new manager, although that guy, I forget his name, McAfee or Murphy, is a really good manager. He's been around forever. From Milwaukee. From Milwaukee. Yeah, because they got rid of Counsell. Counsell went to the Cubs, and he was the bench coach, and he's been around forever. The guy's been around. He's never been a manager, but he's always been a bench coach, and he's been around for he's like he's an older guy, and he's been around forever. So he's a good manager. They traded Burns. Yelich is hurt, so they got Hoskins was a good signing for them, and so they're Freddie Peralta. They're really only. Woodruff is another pitcher that got hurt for Tommy John. He was their number 2 guy. So Freddie Peralta is a really good pitcher, and he's been the only one there so far carrying the load. But it's interesting what they've done. Because they're hurt and they traded some guys away and they're still doing well. So it's going to be a good matchup. I have no idea what to expect from either team. It's really a toss up for me.
Yeah, this Milwaukee series is going to be really interesting.
Yeah.
And then right after that, they play the Orioles. They're going to travel to Baltimore after they travel to Milwaukee. So, the Yankees have some tough games coming up, and they don't have a day off for quite some time. So they're playing like back to back games. These next 2 weeks is going to be a big test for them. So, again, personally, me, I feel good about them. I'll start worrying about this team if they have like somewhat of a bad record or a losing record. If it's like that in June, then I'm going to start to worry. But right now, they're 15-8. They're not 13-11 like where they were last year on this date. And Jared over here is saying that their next day off is not till May 5th. So I mean that's insane. So yeah, May 5th. That man, hopefully.
Well, see, then that lack of depth that I mentioned in the infield sort of plays into this because Rizzo's going to be playing every day now. Like I said, his back. Every year his back acts up usually somewhere in the middle of the summer. His back always acts up every year for the last 5-6 years. So you just got to cross your fingers that Rizzo doesn't get hurt. That's the main thing because if he gets, other guys can get hurt. If Torres gets hurt, you can throw somebody else in. Some warm body. But there's no warm body you can put at first base right now. Not to beat that same drum again, but let's just hope between now and May everybody's healthy and everything looks good.
No doubt, 100%, man. Yeah, D-Rod, always a pleasure, bro. I know,
brother. Good to see you.
I bust your chops in the chats, but it's all
always fun. It's all in good fun. It's good stuff, man.
Every time you come in, the lock is working. It's like my man is out of the closet. But
I'm out there. I told you it. I busted that thing open. I'm here, man.
Real quick, guys. I'm gonna end the stream here. Guys, smack that like button, hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Share this out. You could buy me a coffee. I'll add my own sugar and cream if I want. So, but just get me a coffee. I would appreciate the support. Again, no pressure, right? But it does mean a lot when you guys do that. So thank you all for coming on. D-Rod, I'm going to drop you off.
Yes, sir. Take care.
I'll see you. I'll see you next time.
Yes, sir. You take care.
Sir. Thank you, D-Rod. Bye. Guys, thank you for coming on. I'm going to end the stream here. I appreciate all of you jumping on and taking the time to chat with us. I thank Ken and D-Rod for jumping on. Randy, thanks for jumping on. CT, Jared Williams, Stephen B, Anna Marie, thank you for coming on. Real D50 HO, thanks for coming on. CT Cards, thanks for coming on. Damian Serrano, who was on for a little bit, thank you for coming on as well. If I did not say your name, I do apologize, but thank you for coming on. Everybody have a good day. Have a great week. Let's go Yankees. And I'll see you all next time.